Hey, what's up guys? After a couple of months later, I'm back with my third video of how to permanently recover from ADHD. I have been suffering from ADHD for almost 18 years as I can remember, maybe more than that. In my previous video, I explained about the difference between a person with ADHD and average healthy person. In order to explain that, I used a scenario which most of us experience at least one time in our lifetime, the first day of the first job. Before we go to that content today, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the bell button to get the notification for the next video. Usually if you have ADHD, the main symptom is hard to focus on important things in your life whenever you want. It can be day-to-day activities, your job, school, social activities, or maybe relationship issues. Most of us suffering from ADHD might not really notice that the cause of all your issues you are experiencing right now because of focusing difficulties. I had the same feeling years ago. Even after I learned about ADHD, I really didn't understand all my problems are coming because of focusing issues. In another word, lack of not being able to be on the present moment. Please note this, focusing and able to be on the present moment are the things we need to fix in order to completely recover from ADHD. But without analyzing and understanding them deeply, we won't be able to fix them. You will understand it later. It took almost 8 years to me to recover from ADHD. I'm not saying it will take that long for you because I spent lots of time studying about the brain, mind, human activities, etc. I made a lot of mistakes too. Sometimes I went the wrong direction, turned back, find another solution, went again, turned back. Wasted time studying things not really supposed to recover from ADHD. But after a long time with hard effort, finally I won. So I am so confident on that what I am saying and can give you a hell of a good lesson in order to get rid of ADHD completely out of your life. I want to share with you some of the problems I had in the past so that you will be able to compare your life to me and understand well about how bad your ADHD condition is. Now I'm 37 years old. I was a guy with big thinking and big dreams. Back in 2002 was the final year of my high school. I never had bullies there. I think it's because I had some good friends around me and also because of the martial arts I studied since I was 14 years old. I was known as a kind of Bruce Lee type of guy, so no one tried to mess with me. I think that is the smartest move I made as a teenager, and that confidence I gained saved my ass. So my high school time went pretty smooth and I didn't have any troubles. After finishing my high school, I started studying in a vocational training institute for my professional career. I studied there until I'm 23 years old. At age 24, I started my first job as an auto mechanic. That is the time I felt my life start going to hell, not to heaven. I really felt something not right with me for the first time in my life. Because since my childhood, I had a relaxing time with no responsibilities. My father died when I was 1-year-old baby, and my mom never forced me to do anything hard. I didn't even help for any things at home. My brother, auntie, and my mom did everything. All I had to do is just go to school. That made me doesn't know about my mental issues until I became an adult. After started my new job, I had to deal with real world stuff like taking responsibilities, time management, dealing with customers, and my worst co-workers. I was failure in all ways. I was always ahead of theoretical side, but when it comes to practical, I screwed up. It took long time to finish a task. I was always failed with time management. I couldn't deal with customers, and I also was stuck at doing multiple tasks at a time. For example, I forget what I am doing if I talk with someone at the same time. So my co-workers used to laugh at me and made fun of me all the time. But the good thing is, all these troubles happened to me made me start thinking about human brain so curiously. I try to figure out how do people do multiple tasks simultaneously. Sometimes we see office workers do whatever they do in their office uh, while talking to customers at the same time doing something else. Sometimes on the phone while writing or use the computer. That was actually something impossible for me at that time. I gotta tell you guys, I had the worst type of ADHD in the past. So after 1 year, I quit that job. Actually, it wasn't because my coworkers laughed at me. Nope. It's because I started hating my job as well. I started working as a mechanic in several other places, but I screwed up them too. I had a problem understanding the environment of my workplace. After about 2 years of trying to be a good mechanic, I thought maybe this is not the job what I really want to do. Maybe this is not the real my maybe this is not really my passion. Then I applied for a white collar job. Then I started working as a regular office worker who sits in front of a computer all day. But it didn't work out for me either. Same thing happened. I tried working in many other different places and fields because I needed to work. I always wanted to go to the top, be a financially independent, reputed man. But unfortunately, I couldn't even deal with small things at work. I had a very bad memory. Sometimes I can't even understand what people are talking, even though they are also talking in my same native language. If my senior gives me something, some instructions to follow or a task, I listen to it nicely and calmly, just like everyone else. But after that, I can't remember anything he said. Not only that, literally, I couldn't figure out responsibilities, couldn't figure out priorities at workplace, which one need to be done first and which one need to be done second, stuff like that. So I got angry when someone tries to make me correct because I thought I know things and I'm correct, you know. So wherever I worked, I had problems with my seniors and coworkers. At first I was stubborn, but years later, after I learned about ADHD, I became more patient and tried my best to control my anger issues. But before that, I had no idea what was going on with me. But I always felt that this is not me. I always told myself, I am more than this. I am not supposed to be treated like this. But I never blame anyone because I knew they treat me like this because I am not handling things right. Why don't they laugh at others, huh? Why only me? Later on, after years of my ADHD studies, I understood that this is what most people do. Instead of thinking about themselves, they just simply blame others for their own mistakes. But I realized I am the problem here, not them. They are who they are. They do what they do. Somehow I understood that the world is round and people are different. So we can't expect people around us should be nice to us, everything goes smooth and happy, always like a fairy tale. It's not the reality. So most important thing is preparing ourselves to face any problem comes to us. If we can deal with any problem, then we are happy always. So how we are going to prepare ourselves with a disorder like ADHD? It's going to be extremely tough for you to change yourself into the person you want to become. The dangerous part is ADHD has its best friend sticking around. Depression, anxiety, body fatigueness, hormone issues, etc. etc. They all will come to you if you do not handle ADHD well. Actually, they all came to me, guys, but not anymore because I killed them all. And I'm going to teach you how I did it. First, I thought I have an adaptation problem for real working environment due to my no responsibility childhood lifestyle. So I picked up as a lead from that point. I must find a solution, but the biggest problem was I can't see what is really going on inside people's heads. But I tried to observe people well. Then try to fix my problem I mentioned before, one by one. I try to fix multiple task problem at first. I try to fix several other problems I had mentioned earlier. Until around 27 years old, I had no idea that I have a mental disorder called ADHD. Not only that, like I mentioned before, I had depression and anxiety and fatigueness, low thyroid hormones, so bad. That time is the worst time I had in my life. I continuously felt my head is wrapped by a rubber belt, squeezing my head slowly, always. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. I feel sleepy, sad all the time, and horny. I couldn't be happy just like others. It felt like even though I want to laugh, it doesn't come out as I want. Most of the time I spend my time thinking. Sometimes I wanted to talk to someone so bad, but sometimes completely away from talking, especially with my family. Accidentally one day in 2010, I saw a newspaper article dedicated to family health, which I always hate to read. The article is about depression and stress. It immediately catch my eye because I felt for the first time in my life someone is really talking about me. Most of the symptoms mentioned there I already had. That is the day I realized I have a mental disorder, need a doctor's help. But I didn't know that was ADHD. Like any other mental patient, I went to a psychiatric doctor and started getting medicine. I took medicine around 2 years. I felt better on the second week after getting the medicine, but didn't feel it's getting further better, but just right enough to continue doing my job. I was fine with people, but not the feeling I really wanted me to have. It is really funny the way those medicine gives you a temporary relaxation. You might feel you're cured, but it's not. It makes your problem much worse if you do not know what is really going on inside you. I will explain to you everything you need to know in my future videos. In 2013, I got a chance to move to Japan. I was 29 at the time. After moving to Japan, the problem got much worse. Most of you may already know when it comes to work, Japanese people take them as God's work. They are so dedicated, follow rules perfectly, work hard and don't get holidays. To a person like me, it's a nightmare. I faced the same problem in Japan I faced in my native country, but much worse way. I used to take at least 4 to 5 holidays every month when I was working in my country because I feel tired more than an average person. But Japanese people do not get holidays like that. I didn't know that I feel tired because of ADHD and I didn't see any connection first. After my studies, I realized that it's also because of focusing problem. I will explain every issue I had and how ADHD behind all of them in my next videos one by one. Because it's essential to understand how our brain and mind works in order to recover from ADHD. We are dealing here not only your body and the brain you can just heal from outside, but also we are dealing with the mind. Mind is the number one part of all our mental issues. So understanding everything about ADHD, your body, brain and mind in detail, it's extremely important in order to recover from ADHD permanently. There is no magic pill or a switch you can just activate today and you wake up next morning as a fully ADHD free person. It doesn't work like that. That is the reason doctors say ADHD is not curable. You need to manage it and live with it, and that's what they say. You know why they say that? Let's talk about it in the next video. Thanks for watching today's video. We have a lot to talk about this. And please do not forget to subscribe into this channel and hit the bell button so that you will get a notification soon as I upload a new video. Have faith guys. See you soon.